miss the fellowship.
Yeah, that sweet smile every Sunday. There to receive is to miss them.
I miss the coffee she brew every Sunday morning for me.
For pastor, maybe like miss him bullying me every morning, Sunday morning. Diane, I'll miss all her cooking, especially the sweets, cakes. Oh, I'll miss that too.
A lot.
Pastor's jokes and Sister Diane's cooking.
Yeah, me too. Pastors preaching and
Pastor's preaching.
jokes and their
Everything.
smiles, their chicken casserole and everything.
Pippi will miss cuddles. Okay. Actually, I'll miss walking down the hallway at the Capo Factory building and approaching the door and opening it up to see either Pastor or Diane waiting there to greet us. It was always such a comforting feeling to walk in and have them be there to welcome us. Made it feel like home.
Nothing.
What I miss most about them, their smile. They're always so approachable and they really mingle with people. Also, how they share their stories. And also the food.
Maybe it's speeches. Yeah, because the speeches are really inspiring.
Actually, their testimony as a couple, as a Christian couple.
Pastor's a very giving person, sincere person, very humble. Yeah, one more thing, he's very down to earth.
I will miss the times where Pastor will say once in a while that he really wants to get some American food, like a hamburger or something like that.
The laughter, gospel, the preaching, the camaraderie, the sweetness, the generosity. I think that's it.
It's good.
Covered it well. Pastor mentioning my name during his preaching on Sunday session.
I will miss Miss Diane's house.
Those cookies that she baked. And for pastors, those messages that I haven't heard from other pastor. First time I heard from him. Then I learned a lot from the message that he gave.
His preaching and actually the humor he puts into his preaching, his messages.
I think we will be better baptized.
When she was like testifying about the son and everybody come and talk to her and she said one word, well, it's not God's fault, it was my son's fault. It is not easy for someone to say this. You know, we were usually people when we are really down or something happened to us, we would think a negative point on God. But here, she was saying that, and this really, she said something that really made me think that yes, God is there, and then everything is under God's control. No matter what happened to us, God is not to be blamed. For a mother to say that is not easy, and my pastor's wife said that, and I'm so glad about it.
The blessings is undescribable in 2 minutes because they lead me to my salvations.
Both the Carneys have been a blessing to me in different ways. Pastor, of course, is one of the most wonderful teachers I've ever had the privilege of learning from. And so I'll definitely be blessed by the pages and pages of notes I've taken and the stories I've written down that he shared during all the sermons and messages. And Diane, I feel like, has been just a great example to me about motherhood. And in the 2 years that I've known her, she's experienced a lot of different aspects to motherhood. And through all of them, I've always learned from her, and just her tender spirit and her patience and love and everything in that realm of motherhood has been just a big blessing to me.
Their life itself is so encouraging, and every day is just like gives me inspiration to move on and continue spiritual growth. And for Pastor, it's just amazing. I learned a lot from him and how to understand and really reach out to other people.
Yeah, because carnies are for me, they are my counselor. Every time I have a problem, I can tell them. So they help me a lot, especially in my spiritual life.
They've always been there when we needed someone.
Actually,
when I'm sleeping, when Pastor is preaching, then I really get touched by his challenges.
For me is for the past 2 years, especially when that thing happened last year. When that happened, and then we saw their faith. We were really blessed and challenged by how strong their faith is and how they really trust God. And that is really something that is really a challenge for everybody also.
Of course, it somehow changed the way we think, focus on our life, and the way we see life.
So the carnies have been a blessing to me on many levels, but I really appreciate Pastor's teaching as well. And I love the fact that he's very serious about God's Word and God's work, but he is also a lot of fun to be around as well. And that's something that he's taught me a great deal about, having balance in our lives.
The testimony, especially when they lost their son, they still came to church and stood as a pastor, and that's why it really touched my heart.
Mrs. Carney has been a blessing to me because she's not only been a pastor's wife to me, but she's also been one of my bestest friends.
Their testimonies really moved me, especially when during the heartbreaking times. But still, you can see the servant's heart on them, and I'm so blessed by this couple.
They're our inspiration and to have a very good relationship with each other.
Yeah, they serve as guides to us in our upcoming married relationship.
They are the one that bring me to the East Coast beach for baptize. That I won't forget.
I think the great thing is it helps to unite the church, and that's a great blessing to me because the church unity is important to me.
I actually lost my youngest son 6 months before Pastor Dave lost his, and I refused to talk to anyone about it. And I was still having a tough time when I come here, and I met him, and I've always felt like some people you're meant to meet for a reason. And we actually didn't touch on that when we first met, but we made a lunch date, and a few days later, and he told me he had also lost his son, and we talked about 3 hours, and I think that's what I needed to do, and I think that's why God originally put him in my path, so we had something to talk about, and it helped me more. And then I was blessed to eventually, like I said, find the congregation here. Everybody's so nice.
Well, we had Pastor over at our place for steamboat during Chinese New Year.
My favorite memory is the first time I beat Pastor in ping pong.
Most of the favorite memories that I have about all his jokes.
My favorite memory from Pastor, there are many, but I remember being in Penang, and no offense, Pauline, but we were having dinner in that hawker center there, and it was very interesting food all around us. And Pastor looked at me, and I looked at him, and at the same time we both said 2 words, Pizza Hut.
I got a lot of favorite memories, so give me a few seconds to choose one. My meal session with Pastor Dave and I.
What else? Do you like when Miss Diane makes cookies?
Yeah.
Of course, the lunch out, and of course the sports.
I think of a lot, other than I've had a lot of lunches with him. A couple of him and Diane together, maybe.
Okay, remember the time when we went to JB with Pastor and Mrs. Carney. So we went shopping, eat, shopping and eat.
When they went to my workplace, they dropped there and we went to the Italian restaurant and we ate pasta. And I was so surprised because they went there just to see me. And I will never forget that day.
When we first met at, what's the building?
Bishan. Is it?
Yeah, it's at the Bishan when we have small snack together with them.
And then we talk about where we get to know Pastor and Sister Diane. Then Pastor is insisting to
pay
for the for the tea. That's the first time we talk to each other.
Okay. I go to their place.
My favorite memory was when we celebrated the American Thanksgiving together, and we had kind of a big group of some Americans here at the house, and that was just, since we couldn't be with our American family back home, it was just a really neat time for us to be able to celebrate that together here with the Carneys, and that was one of my favorite memories.
I think for me it would be, she actually gave me a book. Yeah, it's a daily devotion. That's when my mom passed away, and she thought that the book would help to comfort me during that period, you know, just by reading a word from God every day. Yeah.
Making food.
Yeah. Very caring.
Caring, yeah.
A lot. Chicken rice, he will look hard for it.
Vegetable.
Durian. What
Durian.
Krispy Kreme. Krispy Kreme. Donut.
Healthy food.
Seafood. Then I know that he's sensitive to seafood, so I would like him to eat a lot of seafood, then he'll get all the rashes.
Hamburgers. I always talk about how there's not good hamburgers here. At least that's what I talked to him about.
Roti prata pasta.
Maybe drink milk tea.
I think ice cream. You will eat a lot of ice cream because there is very cheap. For me also, Pastor.
Pizza. Ice cream. Got no, he likes chicken. That's the one. No. No. He likes curtain. I like curtain.
McDonald's. Chicken rice. McDonald's. Jollibee.
I think it's the ice cream.
Milk tea. Hope you can find there in the States.
Pastor is going to eat out a lot with his two best friends, Ben and Jerry.
Pumpkin pie! I'm hoping he eats a lot of very Daniel-friendly diet foods. Lots of lettuce.
Chocolate pie.
Chicken rice. I thought he liked sweet stuff, but he can't take that much.
Tom yum soup in America.
She probably likes to jog in the rain.
Go on Pinterest.
Her iPad, then coffee, drinking coffee, and maybe baking.
Her favorite thing to do would be with her iPad mini or iPhone.
Reading a book.
On a rainy day, just to stay at home and have a cup of coffee with Pastor and chit-chat each other.
Shopping. No, shopping.
Shopping on a rainy day. Maybe sleeping. I don't know.
Maybe washing clothes.
Cooking or baking.
Definitely, she likes to light a Yankee candle and curl up in her favorite cozy chair and read a good book.
And scroll Pinterest.
Yeah. What she wants to drink coffee at on their veranda, or they don't have veranda. But she likes to drink coffee during the rainy season.
And reading a book.
Baking. Baking.
She likes to go out to Bedok Reservoir and run 5 kilometers.
And she make a good crab cake.
Sleep.
Years?
32.
Maybe 30 plus.
15 years?
22?
Around 30.
32.
Maybe 32.
I'm spacing it on the last one.
35, 36.
30 something years. 32. 10 years. 10 years.
Let me do some quick math.
30 plus plus.
I'll say 34.
36.
71? I don't know.
30 plus. 100 years.
35.
32, I think, or 33.
30.
15?
25?
Hawker Center.
Church. Bedok Reservoir Park.
Marina Bay Sand. Yeah, Marina Bay. Yeah.
Will be TBC.
Kopitiam. That's what I think. Is
Church.
that like
Being with us, if our family, church family.
I think East Coast.
The blue cuisine, is that it? Yeah.
To jog together or biking with Pastor. And afterwards, they go to the hawker center to eat.
Sentosa? Sentosa. No, they like to go at John. What's name? Yeah.
Sentosa.
Yeah, church, I think. Church?
Running at Bedok Reservoir. Maybe Old Town.
Newton one.
Yeah, maybe hawker center where they can get local food.
At the Malay village.